Welcome everyone, I am Fausto Carnevale, Italian accountant, partner of ESENtaxa, and today we will discuss about the non-habitual resident regime for Portugal. Why I'm doing this video today? Because a lot of clients, a lot of people ask us, hey, how can I live in Europe? I heard about this country, I heard about this, I heard about that, because what we give now, it's a consultancy regarding the Italian market, but we receive questions about other countries in Europe, especially because a lot of people, they kind of have a second passport, they can easily get the Italian citizenship, so we got a lot of questions. That's why today we are going to talk about not Italy but Portugal. You may have already heard the non-habitual residence program, and we will discuss a little bit more in a strategic way in how and in which case you can apply to this regime. Before starting the video, we kindly remind you that if you need a specific consultancy, you can find in the description a link to our services. So, why Portugal? Well, as you know, Portugal is quite similar to Italy. Portugal is quite similar in terms of people, in terms of food, in terms of culture, we can say as well, and in terms of weather. What people want, actually, you and I may know that what we try to optimize when we live in a country is the well-being in general is composed about being healthy, have friends, families, and try to have a good job or a good salary, or we can say that if you are an entrepreneur, good income, or you invoicing a lot. And on the other hand, we also want to reduce taxes. We know that we have to pay taxes, but we can always legally find ways to reduce our, let's call it, fiscal pressure. So that's why today I wanted to talk about the non-habitual residence regime. And I just wanted to say that this won't be the first and last video. So I will do other videos to go more in deep to some points. This is more a general video, and that's why I invite you to stay tuned to the channel. I invite you to continue to subscribe and to share our videos with your friends and people who can benefit. So this regime is a regime made from the Portugal government in 2009. And this was particularly made for attract people. You know the impatriate regime in Italy, we talk a lot about it. It's a regime made for attracting people to move to Italy. So, a first thing that you have to notice is that if you are a European citizen or, for instance, a Swiss citizen, you can easily become a resident of Portugal. So, if you're looking at this video and you are from France or from Germany, you don't have to require a visa, because you can directly go to Portugal, rent an apartment, and you go to the commune and you register yourself in this city or town, and that's all. The thing is a little bit more complicated if you are an extra EU or extra Swiss, because you know the Switzerland is considered as EU for those purposes. In this case, you need to apply for a visa, and you need a lawyer or someone who can guide you to this process, but we can maybe discuss this topic in another video. When you are let's say eligible to move to Portugal, you can benefit of this regime. So what is basically this regime? For 10 years you won't pay taxes the income that you produced abroad Portugal. And this is also a specific system made if you do a, let's say, particular profession, like a freelancer, an engineer, a lawyer, social media if you have a social media marketing agency. So you can work basically remotely. You provide services. You don't work, let's say, you don't open, and this is very important, you don't open a company in Portugal. You have, for instance, another company in another state. You won't be taxed when you receive money. That's for 10 years. Also maybe another point that we will discuss in another video. If you move, if you are in pension, if you retire in Portugal, you can also benefit of the 10%. You will pay only the 10% of taxes. That's why I remember in Italy, we discussed a lot when a lot of Italians, after their retirement age, they will move to Portugal in order to don't pay taxes on their pension. So this is what we do basically. This is why when this regime apply for you, and I'm talking about specific cases here. Let's say you are an entrepreneur. Let's say you have a company in Italy, for instance. You are Italian. I'm just giving this example for the sake of the video. You are Italian. You have a company. You don't want to work anymore in the company. You are an entrepreneur. You want to leave and you want to reduce taxes. And remember, when I said taxes from abroad, doesn't matter from which country they came from. You can also be residents in Portugal and have a company in Dubai. That's basically more strict, more to make you understand. But I'm sure that you want to move to Italy and Europe in general, not to Dubai. Otherwise, we are discussing on another level. So what you can do is basically, this is Portugal. You live here. You can travel in EU as you want. You have a company. For instance, this is your company. They give you the money via dividends, via other ways, and you don't pay taxes. Also, you have a good reduction when you produce income inside Portugal. Pay attention. Does this mean all the things that I said today means that you cannot send a declaration? No. You have to send as well the tax return every year as a citizen, as a Portugal citizen. Remember that, because you will be living there and you cannot stay like just 1 month per year. You have to live there and you have to respect the 6 months rule. Stay there. You can travel by car, by plane in Europe, yes, but you have to live in Portugal. So you don't have to buy a house, because a lot of people then say, okay, I buy a house and they consider me as if I live there. No, that's not true. You actually have to live there. You have to prove them that you live there. You have bills at your name, etc., etc. So the best way to do it is you rent a place if you want to move there. You rent a place, you rent a house, you go to the commune, you start to do this visa check. But if you're extra EU, but a lot of people that contact us, they are from extra European countries. So you go and you check this. Then you apply for this regime and you will basically have a huge benefit from 10 years. A huge benefit from 10 years. I will try in the next video, as I said, to put more information, to put more details about this specific regime. Because we have a lot of things we can discuss those days. You know, the world is changing. We have now the dollar that got values against the euro. So maybe if you are, for instance, from USA, this is the right time for you. Consider Italy. For instance, we have the forfeit regime, which is very good, and to consider as well Portugal. Again, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel. I will share you more information next week about the Portugal regime, this regime. And please remember, if you need a specific consultancy, if you didn't understand something and you are planning to move, the best way to make you safe is to contact us via the link provided in the description. We can have a call, we can have 1 hour call, and we can also have a tax simulation, and we can see together if Italy or Portugal fits with your business or not. So, till next time, Fausto Carnevale, ESENtaxa, the first European channel to advise you correctly on taxes. See you next time.